All right, we are back. That was a little awkward. That was a little awkward. Don't know why my laptop blue screen. That was a little odd. Is there anything that crazy that happened? Jensen was 5-0 this game. Is he just picking up kills randomly? That was a technical solo kill onto Mask. Mask was low health. Jensen was low health. Okay, that was a good solo kill by Jensen. Where is Jensen just getting these kills from? Oh, this fight right here. Denies Castle the entry. Alright. Inspired dies here. Just for the kill on the Blitzcrank? Odd. Okay. Alright, well, Blippo's online at this point after really not being here. Jensen gets all the kills, runs in. I mean, Jensen did just as much as Blippo did there. Okay. Okay. Week 1 done. Week 2, TL and NRG. Got Inspired on the Trundle, Blippo on Mordekaiser, and Jensen on Oriana. Trundle's a faster clear, makes sense. Question is, what does he do with the extra time? Drops a ward. Posturing for Scuttle Crab. Okay. really didn't do all that much. Postured around bot lane looking for something, anything. Didn't get it. Thank you, Arkham. Quick blue screen of death doesn't stop me, though. I also realize this is not the most interesting content ever. It's more of like a view along. Like, if you want to watch me VOD review, you can watch with me as I VOD review. That's about it. Okay. Another thing that I'm noticing about Inspired currently is whether Bwipo's affecting it or not, in which case Bwipo has a couple times. That's also a nice little counter gank from Inspired here. Um, Macro wise and objective wise, Inspired is constantly the one who's dictating the flow of the game. He is the one who's deciding, like, hey, if I'm going to take this objective, I am forcing my opponents to go take this objective, which in turn makes it easier for FlyQuest to understand and predict where the enemy is going to be and what they want to do. So that's something kind of for Inspired, which is good. I don't know though. It feels like I don't know if it would be like flipping the game too much, but it does feel like Inspired could be like breaking open these games even harder. Inspired died here. Oh, it just gets completely fanatic brushed. I mean, had Busio there, like, I don't know. Just gets completely fanatic brushed. APA? Okay, like, don't get me wrong. That's great. That's great from Whippo. That's awesome. But what the fuck are you doing, APA? Why are you walking up like that? That's just a slam dunk for Whippo. He doesn't even have to try. Jensen's getting a nice little lead over APA. Granted, I mean, APA is kind of doing it to himself a little bit here. Okay, takes a turret. Good job, Jensen. How did Blippo die? Hold on. Pushing too far up on sidewaves. Pushing too far up on sidewaves. Impact is screaming like, someone come here! Dude. Okay. Pro for Bwipo there was the fact that he wasted so much of Team Liquid's time. He took forever to die there. Con for Bwipo was he got caught out in the first place. Zoning, zoning, zoning. Whippo ults Umti, so that way the Drake is able to be secured. That was good from Whippo. APA is being a pain in the butt on the side waves. TL immediately goes to Baron. Okay, here's the fight. They caught Yeon out. Where was Yeon caught at? Oh, that's actually Masu for the most part. Like, massive chunks from Masu. Like, Inspired finished it off, but actually that was good from Masu. And Baron. Okay, at this point, we're going to say that's good enough for this one. That was, okay, so then NRG. Oh, this is the super rough one where Masu and Busio just got rolled, right? Oh no. Don't die on me. Don't die on me. You can do it. One day I'll have an actual streaming computer. Did Microsoft Edge die? Oh no. Oh no. Come on, you can do it. Go back. Spring season. What were we on? Week 2? Okay. Like I said, Energy versus FlyQuest. This is the super, super rough game where it's like, I don't think there's anything Jensen, Whippo, or Inspired could have done. Like, this game is forked. And also, Inspired's kind of in on this too. Like, this is kind of Inspired's fault. Like, he should have known better to help, like, Masu get the wave shoved in after, like, Busio was dead. I don't think I'm going to watch very much of this one just because I already know it's, like, forked from the beginning. Also, Blippo's being an absolute pain in the ass to contracts right now. All right. Masu gets the kill. Cool. Great. Ah, we love it. Great. Honestly, great. Let's watch it from the actual... Yeah, let's watch it from the actual thing, right? Right here. Okay. Blippo's being a pain. Here starts the fight. Bam, 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 bam. Fighting, fighting, fighting. Inspired's immediately comes down. Cool. We like to see that. It's a good return, basically, even though they lost the 2v2 technically. Inspired gets it. Huge, 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 huge wave. Oh, here's a pause. That kind of messes things up a little bit. I wonder how much a pause actually affects them, right? Like, are they not, like, thinking through the fact that they need to shove wave in? Or are they just thinking about what they got to do next? I wonder if that's the case. This is such a long pause. Right here. Okay. Boom. Right? Kill the minion. Is who? Okay. You know what? I'm gonna rant for a second. Actually, this is cheesy as fuck from Huhi. So get your bearings for a second. It has approximately been about like 8 to 9 minutes since this pause took place, right? Do you think after 8 to 9 minutes of a pause, you are truly going to remember how long ago, like where in the lane Callista is? Do you think you're gonna remember that? I wouldn't remember that. I mean, maybe as a pro you should. But look how cheeky who he is. He starts charging up his flash because he has Hextech flash. Wait for it, wait for it. Hextech flash right here. They immediately start backing. Yeah, Masu immediately backs off, and then because of that, the wave doesn't fully crash. And look at this huge wave that Callista just gets to hold there. That's insane. Masu has one single CS. He has a kill, which is great. He gets boots off of it. But, like, then Callista just gets to hold the wave there. And that's so fucked, right? That's so fucked. On top of the fact that Inspired took time to come down to help the bot lane out, get that kill back, which is great. He has an assist now, but then Inspired just gets to have free reign over his jungle. He gets to farm so much. Like, the tempo is really in like favor of contracts, right? It's really in favor of contracts. 26 to 12, yeah, that's rough. 31 to 4, that's rough. I don't really think there's much salvaging this game. Palafox is kind of beating, yeah, it's even. Dokla, who has not been a very good performing. Oh man, what happened to Inspired here? Oh yeah, Contracts just comes down and dives him. Which, this is what you're supposed to do, Cloud9. This right here. Comes in and then it's just Fubar. Contract sets the pace because he has more momentum. Inspired's at 18 CS level 4 to compare to Contract's level 5, 44 CS. Like, what the fuck is he supposed to do? Yeah. This game's just done. It's just done. All right, we go next. All right, we're through week 2. Week 3. Fly versus 100 Thieves. Have I added Jensen to my top 3 MVP candidates list? I'm sorry, Licorice. No, I have not added him to my top 3. My top 3 list yet. He's not been bad actually. Like, I mean, but what more would you expect from the Orianna Azir merchant? He's been playing Orianna Azir, and those are the champs that he's good at, and so he holds his own. He gets little tiny advantages in lane. I would say he hasn't had much agency in the game so far. He's done some decent cleanup stuff. That's been about it so far. Yeah, so that's about all my thoughts on Jensen so far. He's been good. He has been good. The games I already watched of JoJo, though, have had more impressive laning phases, though. Like, JoJo's been oppressive in lane phase, outside of when it came to Quid. In which case, he actually had bad matchups in both times. He was playing Akali in both of those matchups. So I actually wonder if we gave JoJo a different matchup into Quid, it'd be different. Curly, what I've been saying so far is that Bwipo has actually been really frustrating in the first early games for the enemy jungler. Like, really frustrating for the jungler. And that has allowed Inspired to dictate a lot of the objective macro control that he's wanted to do, which Inspired's been playing very good in that aspect. And then Jensen has just been kind of holding his own. I think my overall thoughts so far, and I'm only 5 games in, right? Yeah, this is my 5th game. Inspired does not break open games. Inspired does not break open games. He, however, is very much always in control of how the game flow goes. He always dictates how the game is being played out. Is that MVP worthy? I would say no. I would say no right now. In regards to Bwipo has been setting up Inspired very, very lovely in the first couple games, but it's also because I think teams were not respecting Bwipo and the fact that he would just run into the enemy's jungler and set him behind and allow Inspired to have quicker tempo in that aspect. So, yeah. Bwipo has also had some really, really bad blunders in the mid to late games, though. Like, he's been getting caught out in side lanes and has been, like, giving the other teams opportunities to get back into the game. So that's kind of big detriments in terms of Bwipo's argument. Yeah, Bwipo catalyzes a lot more than being a pain in the ass for the general top side than just solo killing. Yeah, he's just a pain in the ass to deal with. He's the kind of guy who plays Warwick Duel and runs it at the end of jungler's red buff if he has the opportunity. Yes, and so that's what I've noticed, and what I remember is that in the early part of the season, that's what Bwipo was doing, and then teams wisened up to it and started either jungling on the opposite side of the map or having like their mid laner also there, so it was like a 3v1, and that way Bwipo couldn't get away with those kind of shenanigans. Teams started calling him out on it, which is great because like you're forcing teams to react to the stuff that you're pulling off in other games. That is awesome. Yeah. So that's kind of my general thoughts right now. Inspired has been very good at controlling the flow of the games and how he wants to play the game in terms of a macro sense. I don't think that's MVP worthy currently. Makes him a good jungler and one of the better junglers in the league, I would say, because of that. But it doesn't make him the best jungler. Bwipo, I think honestly, what's killing me right now is the fact that like, yes, he's a pain in the butt, but he's not neutralizing the enemy top laner. He will to sniper this game, and the other 100 Thieves game he 100% does. But and against Fake God, he actually did too. So I'll keep an eye on Bwipo. I'm open to Bwipo currently. But yeah, it's just frustrating to see like the lane phase of Bwipo when I think he could be pushing harder, and that kind of goes for Inspired. This whole team in general, and I think honestly a lot of it has to do with Inspired's shot calling. It's just how they want to play, right? They want to just control the flow of the game, and you cannot have great control over the flow of the game if you have Bwipo just constantly running at everyone. Not necessarily flipping, right? Because I think Bwipo's good enough to like have like a 60-40 or 70-30 in favor of like his 1v1s. But like if Bwipo's doing that stuff, like you don't give Inspired the opportunity to control the flow of the game in terms of the macro sense, so on and so forth. And then Jensen is still a zero Oriana merchant, which is what it is. Anyway, okay, I need to actually speed this up. I'm not on 2x speed. We're wasting time, Nox. Speed it up a little bit. I'm also keeping an eye on Quid and River this game because they're my other two that I need to keep an eye on. Oh my god, the FlyQuest pauses. The FlyQuest pauses have been insane, on top of the stupid YouTube ads. Alright, break the pause. That was nice. See, this is kind of what I mean. Like, Inspired is always, even against River, like, Drake was taken. Ed and Eddie were taken. He's not flashy. Like, people are going to kind of complain and go back over his gameplay. It's for, you know what? Here's how I'll phrase it. It is forgettable gameplay because there's nothing flashy about it. It's just like he's playing smart. He's where he needs to be on the map to get the objectives to get his team's advantages. But he's not getting like lane advantages, if that makes sense, because like his lanes are doing good enough to like not lose or anything along that sort. outside of like bot lane occasionally. Like bot lane's been the most flippy thing for FlyQuest, right? And it's pretty much like the reason for like all of FlyQuest losses, because it's like bot lane got flippy and then things went bad. Jensen's got a pretty good handle on Quid this game so far. I mean, Azir Silas is kind of frustrating to play against, right? What happens to River here? Just kind of caught out, I guess. Okay. And Busio. This is nice from Jensen. This was nice. It was nice from Jensen. That was good from Jensen, I will admit. That was good. Great damage output, great sweep. Yep, that's just good. That's just good. Whippo is starting to completely run Sniper at this point, by the way. Like he's up multiple turret plate. I think he was up like 3 turret plates. And he had Cole. Like, and he 1v1s them. Yep. Inspired comes down for a lane gank. Okay. Nice little kill. Good from Inspired. It's just kind of clean this game from everyone, right? Ooh, okay. So Silas is working his way up. Poopa takes the tower. He starts backing. I mean, it's just a smart roam and TP from Quid. That's just good from Quid, right? I don't know if Whippo's actually able to get out of there or not. Let's see. Silas versus Zero is actually a decent amount better for Silas if you take Fleet or Conquer, but Quid egoed into First Strike for some reason. I feel like that's kind of happened a lot with First Strike this season, right? Oh my god, another pause. Freaking pause quest. Alright, we good? Alright, we're back in. At this point, 100 Thieves is 2-2, right? They're still kind of figuring their stuff out. They're going to go 3-2. And then what's going to be insane is that they go on a 5-game win streak at this point after this match. And I don't think, actually, their win streak is not broken until FlyQuest plays them again. River just kind of gets bullied out. What happens to River here? Oh, he's already in the pit. Jensen comes in and starts harassing him. Pushes him out. Okay. Whippo TP's in. Okay. And then Inspired. Like, okay. Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, it's boring gameplay, but it's how Inspired wants to play. It's smart gameplay, but I'm waiting for like teams to start checking Jensen and Whippo and Inspired and playing forward. Quid tries to get a catch. I kind of respect it at this point, right? You're down 6k gold. Like, you start looking for this stuff. I actually kind of appreciate it. Another ad. I love it. I love it. The snooze master. Yeah, it's not been the most exciting gameplay ever, I would say. Is it the most valuable player gameplay? I'm not sure. Because I don't think Inspired has made like. Oh, and this is where just Olaf runs him over. Yeah, okay. This was definitely a player of the game for Bwipo, for sure. 100% Bwipo on this one. All right, I'm gonna go next. So that was 100 Thieves, Fly versus Cloud9. I already watched that one, so we'll go to Dignitas. Dignitas. This is the one where Tomo and Isles actually 2v2 Masu Busio, I think, if I remember right. By the way, just for the record, there were a total of 4 catchouts that I saw that JoJo had to deal with over the course of how many games are we at? 11 games now. There was four total times where JoJo got caught out. We are currently 6 games in, and we're at 2. No, sorry, 3 for Bwipo. We're at 3 catchouts for Bwipo. In terms of like side laning. Oh, this is the game where everyone was like, Jensen's so good, and like everyone, like all the pro players were basically like, all he did was like clean up a team fight. He did nothing. Yogo farms a little faster, makes sense. He's caught up to XU, goes to Krugs. Masu gets 2v2'd. Yeah, I remember this game actually. Fly does not have a good early game here. Don't really care. Hey, look at that. Another objective taken by Inspired. Like, this man is the king of objectives. Like, consistently. I'm not exaggerating that. Like, all 6 games so far, outside of NRG, because that game was just fucked. And, like, the major mistake of not shoving the wave in all the way. Like, that was pretty bad, right? Um, but like Inspired has dictated every single objective so far. Like he's the first one on the objective, and the other enemy jungler will sometimes respond by taking the other one on the other side of the map. But like Inspired is always the first one on the objective to dictate like, hey, I'm taking this. So like yeah, XU now takes Ed and Eddie, but like it's because he can't do Drake or anything like that. And obviously, it kind of depends on wave states too, right? Like, but the thing is, like, I think Dig, if they'd really wanted, could take Drake this game because of how hard Tomo and Isles are actually winning in the bot lane. I think there was a window of opportunity there, right? Whatever. Figured I'd mess with it a little second. XU's in here. Inspired immediately ults to like back everyone off. That's like, guys, don't fucking fight. I got to farm. Like, stop, ult. Like that's what that ult is. Like, stop fighting. I got to farm. Which I mean, I guess is fair play. There's no objectives up, and it's just like, hey, I need to take my jungle. Gragas into Aatrox isn't really supposed to win, which is fine. Bot lane has Prio, so they can take Drake. Try to take it, didn't get it. How close is he? Is he like off? Oh, he flashed for it too. Oh, come on, Inspired. You're in range. He's in range. Is he? Oh, I guess maybe not. Feels bad though to flash and smite and still not get it. Oh, it went to Isles of all people too. Oh. Did XU even smite, actually? Hold on. XU doesn't even smite. Yikes. Okay, yikes. Ooh, 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 ooh. Kind of forced out of lane by Rich. I mean, I guess this is kind of a dream game for Jensen, right? Like you're Tristana, like you just want to have like mid-game team fights. Inspired comes in. Good save. Rift Herald getting taken because he kind of doesn't have the tempo advantage for it. XU has not been a bad jungler this split, honestly. He's not been the best, but he's not been bad. I thought he'd be way worse. I'm very happy with how XU's performed. Okay, this is kind of cheeky if I remember. This is a bad fight. Yep, and Inspired gets pushed out. Yeah, that was. I'm assuming that was an Inspired team call. Like, let's get in here. Let's like kind of take out their jungle, and then they get collapsed on. I'm gonna fault that one on Inspired. Did Blippo TP in? Where did Blippo? Oh, same time. And then Blippo just gets kind of fucked for it. Unlucky. That's not on Blippo. That's just. I mean, maybe like TP location wise, but you're trying to get the flank on. Like, it's not really on Blippo. It's fine. All right, this is where things start turning up for FlyQuest here, if I remember right. It's like a 4-0 lead, and then things start going FlyQuest's way. Yep, massive. This is okay. Actually, Jensen has a good play here, right? He sneaks into the rush. Rich isn't expecting it. Surprise! Busio's here. Good from Jensen and Inspired. Dig counters by just shoving up mid. Smart. Poop was back top. Inspired has suffocating gameplay when his lanes are doing well, but he doesn't break it open either. Hitting onto Tomo. Okay. Didn't get it because Eaton has to flash the Aatrox. Whippo doesn't quite get that either. Oh, but Jensen does because he gets the bomb on her. Okay, so, okay. I understand. And then Drake. And then at this point, I think it's just kind of team fight stuff, if I remember right. So, we'll go next. We will go next. So that's Dig. Week 3 is done, going on to week 4. Shopify Rebellion. Oh, we lost this one. I remember this. Okay. We lose this. Why do we lose this? So we got Cassante versus Aatrox, Vi versus. Oh, right. Okay. The Boogie Wukong. This was honestly such a draft gap from Shopify, in my opinion. This was a massive draft gap. Like, the Wukong's so good here, in my opinion. Insanity's kind of bullying Jensen a little bit here. Nah, get that man off tanks. He's not looking too shabby, honestly. Burns a flash. Inspired comes for lane gank. Doesn't get anything. Wraps back around. I like this, but Smolder's not even here. And then he lives. Oh, it's so bad. Do they actually have the damage to do this? With how healthy Bevoy is and Zazel is. Oh, it's so close. Do they hit everything here? Do they hit everything that they can? I guess there's a world where if Inspired flashes the on place for Con W, he can get the kill. But, like, that's so hard, right? That's so hard. Insanity's kind of winning lane against Jensen. Fake God is neutral against Blippo. Yada yada. Feels like Insanity's kind of dictating the lane pace versus Azir. Inspired comes in, like, okay, you can have lane control again. That's actually good from Inspired. Boogie's going to town. Our bot lane's getting flipped again. Inspired starting Drake. Normal. Okay. I really do think, like, my main concern with Inspired, and at least on this team, is that teams will eventually start being more forward and aggressive against this FlyQuest squad. And if that's the case, Inspired is not going to play the style of jungling that he wants to play. And he's not going to be able to get all the objectives he wants. He's not going to be able to dictate, like, what part of the map people are on, so on and so forth, right? Like, games like this, where Insanity is, like, holding Jensen in place, bot lane's losing against Bevoy in this case, and then, like, top lane's just neutral against Fake God. Inspired doesn't get to do the things that he wants. Like, he's out farming Boogie, but, like, and again, a part of it is also the champion pick, right? Like, Vi's just so all in. Like, you need to do something. Jensen gets ganked there. It's just rough, right? Like, I don't know what Inspired's supposed to do here. Whippo comes in. Can you do anything about it? Like, he's in there. He's trying to, like, push everyone off. But can you do anything? No. Everyone avoids, dodges. Jensen tries to shuffle, doesn't get anything. And it isn't until here, right, where, like, it's that top side kill, and then even then Boogie sweeps in afterwards to get, like, the quadra or the triple or something. It's just ridiculous. That FlyQuest actually tries to make a play, like an aggressive forward play on the map. Like right here, right? Alright, we're gonna try and get something. Oh, still doesn't get it. Shows him off though, right? Fake God comes back in. Oh hey, we're still here. Everyone starts coming in. Got the kill. All right, cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, got something. Yeah, got two somethings. Okay, perfect. Cool. Let's back off. Come back in. I don't know. This was just greedy. But I mean, I guess you have to be like if you're so far behind, like you need more. But in some ways, I feel like you should have just taken the win. Especially with like Smolder there, right? Like you should be playing this slow. Like Smolder will level up, and like the stacks will start coming in. Yeah, and at this point, the game's just kind of done. Okay. Immortals, 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 immortals. It'll be this game, then one more, and then we'll hit 100 Thieves as fast as we can. What the fuck happened? I don't remember this early game. I think I was doing laundry or something. Oh, Inspired's on Viego. Yeah, hold on. What happens here? Bwipo comes in. He's warding. But see, the thing is, like, that's the thing. Armeo knows, like, from the last time that they played, like, Bwipo does that shit, and so he starts on the bot side. Tactical misses the CS. Cannot even step up. Is TF that weak at level 1? That's wild. Oh, damn, and Viego's already there. Where did Viego come from? Immediately crossed over. What did he take? What was this jungle pathing? Oh, he takes... He goes Raptors? He took Raptors, and then he immediately, like, transcends, like, over the other side of the map. And then Armeo immediately goes, oh shit, I can't fight this because my bot lane's getting pushed in. What's the mid? It looks like Mask kind of has decent lane control. Can he not fight with Mask? Or I guess Azir can go too? I don't know, it just seems like a losing jungle state. I don't know, that's like a really, really good call on Inspired's part though, right? Oh, this like just completely fucks tactical. That was so good from Inspired, actually. I'm really surprised though. I feel like this kind of happens a lot in Pro League. Is like teams will just like or junglers will just completely like back off and let their lanes get sacked. Like, and don't get me wrong, like you're going to lose tempo, and it can be very, very bad if you don't get your jungle clear going properly. Oh man, Mask. Oh man, Mask. Um, but I feel like situations like this where like this is unplayable for tactical. Like your bot lane is just gone out of the game. Whereas if you had just like sacrificed a little bit of tempo, like it sucks, but at least your bot lane's still playable. Oh, that was clean from Inspired. That was really clean from Inspired, actually. I forgot about that. Hmm. So Romeo comes down. Just nice little gank kill. Inspired starts wandering over, and it's just like, okay. I feel like you kind of have to hover there, do you not? Oh, no. Okay. No, no, no. You don't have to hover there. Masu just goes for the 1-for-1. Ooh, almost gets it. Inspired here for the cleanup. Not quite in time, though. See, this is kind of the thing that, like, Inspired's talking about in pros, though, is, like, I mean, I guess it's kind of Armeo, right? That's, like, kind of a cheese gank. He's, like, sitting in brush, so it's not, like, super expected, and, yeah, okay. I think they just make the best out of a bad situation, honestly. Inspired tries to come in and cover, yada yada. Blippo is handling Castle this game, though. He is handling Castle this game. Hmm. And the ad. There we go. We love the ad. It was a matter of time. I forgot how slow this game kind of was. Hmm. So now that we're past the 20-minute mark, I think Blippo's starting to have more of an effect on the map than Inspired is. Especially as, like, Udyr, right? Like, this champ is ridiculous. You just run down side lanes and you just start destroying stuff. Okay, hold on. We got an actual fight here. Come up, clear out a ward, clear out the ward. Say, fuck it, we gotta start it. We want to fight. They take the Baron. What a call. Lucio's dead. Blippo just completely runs Armeo down. Inspired gets the Vigo pop off. Okay. Um, I'm gonna be honest. That was kind of a how close of a flip was this? Where was Armeo at? Was he even close by? He's running. Oh no, he's not even close by. How long ago? Oh yeah, that's part of the reason why they started. Like Blip was like, "Hey, start it. I'm just gonna run Armeo down. I'm gonna be annoying as shit." Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a plus for Blippo. Also a plus for Inspired, but the Udyr is just so annoying. How's this fight this close though? Like, is Jensen not just like free hitting here? How is Jensen not just free hitting here? He has no soldiers. Immediately has to, like, damn. How did he not have... So why there? What is he trying to hit here? Jensen does like nothing this fight. He queues again into the dragon pit. He's got no soldiers to hit anyone. Oh my god, Jensen does nothing this fight. No wonder it's so close. Masu's just getting fucking wrecked. Jensen's doing no damage. Masu's getting wrecked. And so literally this fight's like Blippo and Inspired. Blippo's like just tanking and annoying the crap out of everyone. Inspired is pushing Armeo out. Pushes Armeo out, okay. Jumps right back in. Huge 4-man ult. Gets Ole. Resets. Jumps over again. Gets W'd. Yeah, okay. This fight was like all Blippo and Inspired. Oh yeah, this is the Quadra, right? Yeah, okay. See, that was some active gaming from Inspired. Did you see that? An active gamer. Chat mode, the best player on fly, Blippo. What timing? What fucking timing? Oh my god. All right, all right. I will say, I do think Blippo was probably providing more value this game than Inspired was. Oh, is Jensen doing stuff? Jensen, are you going to do stuff here? Oh, Jensen's doing stuff. We love watching Jensen do stuff. All right. There's that. So that was week 4. Week 5, we only have one game to watch here because we already watched the Cloud9 FlyQuest game, and then we could watch this one, the FlyQuest 100 Thieves game. And yet again, this is just Blippo running over Sniper, right? Blippo just runs over Sniper, and it's not even close. All good, Licorice. I'll like. I think at the end of the stream, I'm just going to clip like my summary, and I'll just have that on the channel tomorrow. So thanks for tuning in for the little bit that you did. Have a good night. Jensen Oriana. Oh, this was just a nasty gank from River. This was such a nasty gank from River. River's like first like 8 minutes in this game were fucking nuts, actually. Inspired, like, okay, I can go top side, see something on Quid, and this is actually decent, right? It's hard to like for an Oriana Sejuani to really punish too hard, right? They still have flash. I think it's actually pretty good, but it also buys time for River to like come farm up again, right? Do 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 do. Quid and Jensen. Yeah, like, ugh. I mean, surprisingly, Jensen doesn't blow any summoners there. I guess he's just confident because he knows that Karma doesn't have to summon her or anything. But then River comes top and is just like, gotcha. Does Blippo just not suspect? Yeah, he's just mid. Yeah, that's just Blippo not suspecting at all. That's just, damn, that's good. That's just good. Inspired comes in and does not get it. Yikes. Yikes, 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 yikes. It's interesting to see Inspired, like, this is probably the most, like, lane involved on I've seen from him in a lot of these games. Because he came mid, he came top. Quid's starting to bully Jensen out of lane a little bit. So Sejuani's farming up. Inspired's making it a point, I guess, just to take his camps whenever he can, whenever he's visiting a lane. Clears the wave just to make sure no potential dives come in. River starts Drake. Whippo is just running sniper, by the way. Just immediately. Why does he go under River? Just to, like, deny him? I don't know if it's worth. Inspired gets the Ed and Eddie. River does so much here and then just cannot convert. Like, Meech is so ahead. How does Meech not take over this game? This is like the really good Jensen game, right? And he's just catching everyone. Yeah, okay. Okay. I've seen enough. I think my final conclusions on FlyQuest's prospects for MVP are Blippo does a lot more than I thought he did. And Inspired is just living like the easy life, right? I would say a lot of the enemy junglers and enemy laners are not putting enough pressure on FlyQuest to really truly to squeeze Inspired. And so a lot of the times what he's getting to do is just go wherever he wants to go. and because of that, he gets to dictate the flow of the game, and it does, like, he's making the right decisions. He's making the right calls. It is not sexy gameplay. It is smart gameplay, and so because of that, I would say he's probably not the most valuable player for the team because he's being allowed to play like that. Bwipo is giving him a lot of like time and space to be able to do those things because of what he's kind of doing in the enemy jungler and like just being a general nuisance to enemy laners and whatnot. My problem with Bwipo though is he honestly still just dies too much, right? He dies too much, and on top of the fact that I think he really still could still be pushing his lane harder. Like he purposely does rune builds and skill trees to where it's like I will be stronger late game. He's like even talked about that in interviews, right? And I feel like at some point teams have to start checking him. And if teams aren't going to check him, then yeah, he's going to continue to do what he's doing, and like I guess he is MVP in that sense, as long as he quits like with the stupid deaths. Um, yeah, I don't think the MVP is coming from FlyQuest, to be honest. I at least we'll see what happens in week 6. I don't think MVP actually is going to inspire it at all. I think if Bwipo has 3 monster games, he could be in contention for MVP. Because this split's been rough, right? Like, JoJo has not been overly impressive. Like, he's been good, but he's not been overly impressive. I think Bwipo has been good, but he's had mistakes. And then I think Inspired has not done enough gameplay wise to really warrant an MVP award to going to him. Like, even though he's making most of the right decisions, I think he's really made he's made 2 blunders out of 11 games. One of them was a really, really bad blunder, don't get me wrong. Maybe not 2 blunders. I think it's like maybe 3 to 4. But like, and one of those was really bad. That energy game, that was really, really bad. But compared to everyone else, like he's probably one of the cleanest players in the league right now. He's not making a lot of unforced errors. Granted, I don't think teams are really pushing him enough to make unforced errors, but he's just clean. He's just he's boring, but he's clean. So is that MVP worthy? I don't feel great giving someone an MVP award for just doing their job and doing it right? Like you want to give an MVP to someone who's like going above and beyond and is really creating winning opportunities for their team. And right now, in terms of everyone on FlyQuest, and Curly, you're gonna love to hear this if you're actually listening, but Bwipo is more deserving of MVP on this FlyQuest squad than Inspired is actually right now. So we'll see real quick. I'm going to start going through the 100 Thieves games really, really fast. We'll see how River and Quid stack up. Yeah. What, buddy? What are you meowing about? You got the zoomies? Oh yeah, you got the zoomies. Um, would I give? Okay, actually, here's a question. While I get things set up, would I give Bwipo MVP over JoJo or JoJo MVP over Bwipo? That's a tough one. Would I give Bwipo MVP? Would I give JoJo MVP? Wildly enough, I think I would give Bwipo MVP over JoJo. I think Bwipo does more to give his team agency, or specifically inspired agency, to play how the rest of his team would like to play the game. That's my thoughts on it. because JoJo like has his agency moments where he's really really good, and he's like don't get me wrong, like he buys so much space. He buys so much space for Blabber to do whatever he wants because he's constantly winning lane, and he always has like slight item advantages, so he can pump out a little bit more damage, and he is always doing damage. I would say he has less dumb deaths than Whippo, or not dumb deaths. I would say actually JoJo has more dumb deaths than Whippo, but Whippo just has more deaths overall that are just kind of questionable. And so it's for all of those reasons that I think just because of what Whippo brings to FlyQuest is why I would actually probably give MVP over JoJo. So that's what I'm going with for now. Let's see what Quid and River can do. In which case, immediately up against APA Ziggs for Quid as Yone. That's always fun. River's up in CS over Umti. This is kind of nasty, actually. Flip this. This is actually great. That sets it up for later. Umti gets the full 3, I think. Yeah, he gets the full 3, which is annoying. Not the end of the world, but it's annoying. It just means you really have to fight over the second set, right? APA has no flash, so guess what? It's an easy slam dunk. That's more Quid, I would say. That's more Quid. I mean, River's farming well. Block 2, okay. It's actually pretty good. Hello? Are you meowing at me? I'll be back. The wife was home, so I had to go say hi really quick. So we gotta wrap this up quick. Is there anything like else massive in this game, really? Quid. I would say Quid's probably done more this game than River. Shower time? All right. 2 to 4. Hold on. I missed something. What happened? River looking for APA. Just beats the crap out of him. Okay. Just completely solos him, honestly. All right. What did Quid do here? TP's in pretty quickly. Okay. Just basically makes sure Xin Zhao can't play the game. Okay. River does not have a great buy. I don't think. Like he gets punished really, really bad later on. Quid forces the Zanyas, but then just can't fight it because River's still dead. Oh, this is the massive flank, massive ult from Quid. And then everyone just kind of dogpiles, and the game's kind of done from there, right? Okay, so go next. 100 Thieves versus Cloud9. Already saw that. Don't have to watch that again. 100 Thieves versus NRG. I actually don't remember who wins this. Sejuani. Game has been paused. Classic. Immediately makes the decision to go vertical jungling. Is that because he knows there's a ward? Ugh, fucking, I don't feel like looking. Immediately goes vertical. Good. Okay. Gets level 3, forces gank. Perfect. Kind of makes sense too, because it's like it's Jin Ash. It's gonna have wave shove because like Meech and Ayla are gonna want to shove back. Yo, Christ, contracts. That's actually kind of wild. Who got that? River did. Okay. Nothing burned either. I mean, gets shoved out of his own jungle, which sucks. So it's a good punishment for contracts, right? Ooh, contracts is like brutalizing River here, actually. Contracts is having an insane game actually against River right now. Quid's getting beat up by his ear. Sucks. Quid. Lives. Wow. They misplay. Oh, I remember this actually. Okay, they misplay. Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay. I remember now. Dude, these pauses are insane. LCS, you gotta remember to like just edit these out. Or whoever does the channel for this. Weeb, you're still here. Wow. Appreciated you still being here the whole time. We're on the 100 Thieves finally. We're like wrapping up through them really, really fast, and then I'll give a conclusion at the end, and then I gotta get out of here because I haven't eaten dinner or anything, and the wife's home. So, River with another gank, by the way. This is 3 ganks this game, by the way. Blew a flash, got a kill mid, got another kill just here against Huhi. Like he's making a lot of progress, or like he's doing a lot of work. Dokla actually has been very beneficial to Contracts this game because Contracts has been making like Rivers been doing a lot of work this game, but Contracts has too. He's been making Rivers' life like absolute hell. There's that. Rivers taking Ed, and Eddie. Drake was already taken. Meech just gets absolutely blammoed by Contracts. These two are just like exchanging blows up. Yeah, like I guess there's a reason why LCS put this graphic up. Like they were taking turns just with these insane ganks, right? What crazy pathing, by the way, to avoid vision. 4 ganks. Damn, River. Okay. The fact that you came back, though, Weeb, I appreciate it. Yeah, River and Contracts were really just taking turns like ganking. It's insane. Like, I don't. I mean, it's early on in the split, right? It could just be like teams not respecting River or something. Like they haven't learned yet. But River's just like forcing these ganks, like with very creative pathing too, right? Like he's avoiding vision. He's going like just perfectly in the lines of Fog of War. But what happened to Quid here? So Drake got taken, right? Yep, Drake's taken. Ult, Charm, Root, Contract's still alive, healing, avoids it, still survives all of that. Just cannot finish it off. Was there anything that was missed? W hits, auto, knocked out of the way, auto, W misses, but that's because he flashed. And then everyone just collapses at that point. Okay, what does Quid do here? Quid does not do much. He just kind of gets rolled. Akali was not the pick, is what I've learned. Akalis have not been good. JoJo didn't even make it look good. Outside of the one game, JoJo had one good Akali game. But yeah, Akalis are not it right now. Quid gets stunned. Oh man. I mean, he avoids everything, right? River's here. Locks up Contracts. I mean, Ayla's just dead anyway, right? Like, yeah. Okay. I would definitely say Contracts and JoJo, or not JoJo, sorry, Contracts and River were the two craziest players this game. Like, they're playing out of their minds. The junglers were definitely defining how this game played out. So River catches Palafox. Nice catch, actually. Quid's flanking, doesn't really get it. Gets completely bullied out by Dokla and Contracts. Okay. River's just walking up. River's just walking up. River's just walking up. River's just walking up. Nope, didn't get it. Okay. Gets forced out of the pit by Palafox. Where's Quid at? Completely just solos Dokla. Being a pain for Palafox, little by little, doesn't go back in again, and that's about it. Okay. So we're back live. Got it. Engaged on contracts. Good. Looking for the kill on FBI. Quid's having to be careful. Waits too long. Yeah, okay. When did River die? Hold on. Did he die in this fight? Oh, Quid just gets completely caught out, and then River tries to save him and just gets ended. Okay, yikes. Quid honestly did not have a good game. I know it's an Akali game, but Quid did not have a good game. River had a fucking insane game though. Ooh, the first whiff Rivers had. First whiff he's had. And that's it. All right, GG. Um, River had an absolutely insane game. Quid did not have a good game. Oh, just give me, FBI plays a really good Jin game if I recall, but I must sleep too. All right, good night, Weeb. Thanks for coming by. Dig Nitaus. This is a dub. Okay. Trundle versus Vi. Topside start, clearing bot. Immediately blows a flash. Like, this is so ridiculous. He's literally North American Malrang. He's North American Malrang. Like, everyone's just predicting him to be, like, farming jungle, and he's out here blowing flashes. How does XU, like, capitalize on it? Does XU... Like you can't, because they started the same side. They can fight over Scuttle, but the problem is now the bot lane has, like, priority. Oh, they reset, though. Scuttle Crab. Azir versus Akali. Teams really were on the Akali hype train early on, and it was not paying off. Drake. Okay. Two v two, and then River just, dude, River's insane. Like he knows the gank's coming too, or well, I guess he doesn't know the gank's coming rather, but like, no, he knows the gank's coming. It's completely warded. Quid forces it too. Don't get me wrong. Why like Dub's looking for the fight? Cause okay, yeah, but still like wild, dude, just completely wild. Gets the Drake, just gets absolutely collapsed on, but I mean that's fine. You got the Drake. I'm going too quick. I need to slow down a little bit. It's a replay. Quid's dead. Why is Quid dead? Oh, sniped from Isles. Okay. See an opportunity. River forces it. Nice ult from Meech to get it done, but then it's a collapse. Like everyone's there. It's just a probably bad call in general. That's kind of like the one flaw. But then River just comes top and it's like, oh, well, Rich kind of asks for it. I don't know. Okay, hold on. Out of the replay, and then it's just River's back. Like I don't know what happened there exactly. But then it's just collapse again. Dig's having like good collapses, but bye. Well, actually, I gotta watch Quid. Does Quid really do much? Doesn't seem like it. Force the flash. Because there's nothing you can do like against the fight, right? Like in a team fight like that. Like if the whole team is there and the Vi ults you, like you're just dead. That like you don't have a choice in the matter. You're just dead. So it's not like really anything he could do about it. River's looking for it, looking for it. It's a pretty nice scoop from Quid. Flash from Tomo survives it. Quid just gets absolutely nuked after he gets it, and then River has to flash. And like Dignitas is just like collapsing really well. I forget who wins this. Knocked out. Backs off. And fourth Drake. Hmm. I don't know, man. Like the way River's playing is just so extremely proactive. Like it's such an opposite playstyle to how Inspired is playing. Like Inspired plays because his lanes are doing okay and are stable, and so he can dictate where he wants to be on the map and the objectives he wants to take because then he can't get contested, right? River comes in and just says, "Fuck your lane states, fuck my like jungle pathing. Like I'm going to fight." And at least so far early on in the split, like because this is game 4, I think, teams aren't respecting him yet and are getting punished for it. But the problem is like the team's not good, so like you can collapse and stuff like that. I don't know how much of that's Rivers calls or anything like that either, but like it's just such huge tempo. It's just the tempo is there, and if the tempo is there, the team feels good, and so if the team feels good, you're playing slightly better even if you're not playing smart. Let's see. River ults is working. He's chunking. He's biting. He's smacking. Okay. What happened to Quid? Quid just got nuked. He went for. Oh, he just got completely wrecked by Dove and XU because they both dived him, but then they're both dead. So yeah, you got Quid, but okay. Does 100 Thieves win this? They do win this. Let's just watch the final fight. What happens here? They pick Rich. How do they pick Rich? Right here. They don't even ult him. Oh, they ult him there. Unless the graphics off. Is graphic off? Let's. I think the graphics off. I think he already ulted. That's why he just gets nuked. Quid. Damn. That was a hard fourth shot from Tomo. All right. All right. Week 2 done. Week 3. 100 Thieves versus Fly. 100 Thieves versus Immortals. Pause. We love pause. All right, here we go. So we got a River Poppy and an Oriana Quid. Castle comes in looking for Poppy. It's interesting. Ooh, River looking to fight immediately. At that point, though, there's not much else you can do. You just got to go back to farming. Quid's got a nice little early game lead, though. Kind of chunked out Mask. Does he avoid the gank, though? Not even a gank. Alright, solid little early game lead against Mask's Jace. River, invade, spotted on a ward. Does he get punished for it? Armeo says, okay, time to cross map. Wards takes his Raptors. Shocker. We are trading. Gets his Bambis. First back. Nothing insane. Nice flash from Quid to avoid the gank. Comes to punish. Doesn't really get much out of it. Just basically says, hey, you can't shove wave in. Advantageous for a sniper. Well, not advantageous, it just kind of saves sniper. Team's all there. Basically helps River take Krugs. Miss the E barely. He flashes for it too. Unlucky. Quid died. Just another gank. Armeo's kind of out jungling River here, honestly. Okay, decent fight. So here's the thing. Why is this happening? It's Immortals pushing up. They want control of the jungle. And they thought they could just punish Quid. They don't get the punish, and they immediately get punished. And it's just a collapse. And it's this isn't like team. I mean, it's team play in like the team fight sense, right? But it's not like map play. It's just like, hey, they're pushing up, counter engage. Why is this happening? So caught out. So this looks like it was kind of River. Okay. Castle just TP bot? He did. He TP's bot. TP's bot. Engages and then gets immediately collapsed upon. What are you doing, Castle? Alright. I'm starting to get tired. I keep yawning. Okay. Alright, I think that's good enough for now. I need to start wrapping this up, so we'll go next. So that was Immortals, and then we got Shopify. All right. Speed you up. We got Lilia versus a Brand and a Scion. Oh, this is okay. I know this game. This is like the first Quid game where I was like, oh shit, Quid's actually kind of decent. We'll see how much River does versus how much Quid does this game, but like, damn, this was like a wild counter pick that Quid was able to pull out, right? It's a standoff in mid lane. Ward back, nothing to do. Oh, stuck around anyway. Decided to keep farming. Boogie decided to keep farming. Like, Quid is crushing lane, right? Lily is just farming. First on the Ed, and Eddie. Sniper has Prio though over Fake God, so nice and easy. Mid lane also has Prio, so yeah, it makes sense, right? You go to the side that has Prio. And then it's like your Brand, you can't really solo Drake all that well. Jungle Ganks, Boogie, 1. Was it successful? I would say no. It was not successful. Did not really do all that much. Also got Drake, so that's both objectives taken now. Does get punished though. Nice hook from Zazel. But it's kind of forgivable. Like, you got Drake. This mid lane gap is insane. Sniper's not doing bad this matchup either. River comes in. River just kind of dies? Ew. This was not a good game from River, but it ends up being a great game for Quid. This was not a good game for River. And then I know Quid just starts popping off at this point, right? Actually, River kind of looks like he's having a resurgence, if anything. that was just kind of clean up. All right. So Shopify week 3, week 4, TL. So it'll be just TL because we already watched the Cloud9 one. All right. Vi versus Sejuani. Umti's the one who's being the aggressive one here. Kind of checking him. Bot lane has Prio, that's part of the reason. So River comes down, takes the Krugs. Still has to get something anyway, loses out on the red buff. Honestly, pretty good invade from Umti. At this point, there's really not much Vi could do except for headed for the topside Scuttle Crab. Takes the topside Scuttle Crab. And the thing is, like, can you dive Impact here? You maybe can. But I doubt it. And so, okay. Sniper River backs. Heads back topside. Umti's heading topside. The question becomes, like, how does River recover from this, right? Again, bot lane control from TL, so they have Drake priority. River's there trying to contest, 100 Thieves is below, but then, like, mid starts to collapse, and so you just gotta give. Like, these are things not in River's control, right? Like, his lanes are losing. Question is, how do you correct the losing lanes? River sneaks into brush. Does TL notice? TL's pinging it. TL's pinging it. Umti's coming down. They're ready for the fight, and it's pretty obvious, and so then River has to give up. Sniper soloed Impact. Wow. Umti had a better game. Umti's having a better game than River is right now. If I'm being honest, I do not ever want to see River on Vi. The APA. I mean, a nice collapse. Quid. Hold on, Quid's popping off. Quid's popping off. Cleanse. Cleanse. Nice gank. Very beautiful gank. Drake. Back off. Alright, cool. Quid started performing. Took the first, like, 6 games to do it, but he's performing now. He's performing now. On the Eon, flashes out so he can survive, gets one more Q, Eon. Just not enough damage. Yeah, I remember this because Quid was pumping damage here too. It just didn't matter. It was kind of a decent ult from Core JJ. A lot of denial. A lot of denial. Dude, Quid actually is cracked. Damn, this is going to be extremely hard to decide. I think it's literally going to come down to week 6 for who deserves MVP. Dude, Quid just smurfed this game. Quid is smurfing this game. Like, River, in a sense, is kind of doing a lot, that it's, like, burning a lot of resources onto him, but, like, Quid is smurfing this game. There's not a lot that, like, Vi can do, though. Like, part, the champion pick's not doing River any favors, right? But, like, okay, here we go. Last fight. River locks him up just long enough. Quid just pumps. Watch Quid. APA's dead. Yeah, Quid is just pumping, dude. He's just pumping. All right, don't have to watch that. And then week 5, 100 Thieves. So we only have, last one. Last one. This is the last one. Last VOD. And then it is bedtime. 100 Thieves River on the Trundle. Starting on red buff. Going topside because I guess he thinks 100 Thieves bot lane is going to shove up. Says okay. Take Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Dig says okay. Take Drake. Denies Dove. River comes up and just nice easy collapse. Like mismatched timings on Dig's part, right? Like where's Isles at? Why is he back in base at that point? Got Scuttleworth. Ah, shoot, gets picked. Probably was not worth. This is massive from Quid. A lot of damage. River's kind of pumping too, though, here. He subjugates someone and. Oh, Quid. Yikes. And he gets. Oh. Sniper gets the Drake somehow. What's Quid doing this whole time? Good Gets sucked over the wall by Rich. Good force by River. River's just in there, but so is Quid. I don't know. This was both a good game from them. I think it was slightly better from Quid. All right, this is the last game basically, right? Yeah, it's the last game. Okay, let's wrap this up. So, I think we came to the conclusion, at a very narrow conclusion, that that I would probably give most valuable player to Bwipo over JoJo for the time being. Um, where, which is funny, like I originally came into this thinking I was going to give it Inspired over Bwipo, but I've overruled that because I think Inspired's lanes make it too easy to jungle the way that he wants to jungle, and it's not enough presence from his own. Like, he's playing smart, he's playing well, but that's about it, right? So I'm giving the most valuable player on FlyQuest to Bwipo, and in turn, I would prioritize giving most valuable player to Bwipo over JoJo because JoJo has immaculate laning, right? Like, I don't think he lost lane a single time out of the 11 games that I watched. Um, Constantly held his enemy mid laner in check, made it very hard for any of the mid laners to do anything they wanted to do. Constant presence at all times, but the problem is he has a lot of dumb deaths, right? He had like four or five. He had, I think I said four. He had like four dumb deaths. Bwipo has more deaths, not all of them as dumb. Some are dumb, but just more deaths in general that are just kind of like, you probably shouldn't have done that, but I see what you were going for. Whereas JoJo has a lot more just like, what are you doing, deaths? So because Bwipo enables Inspired to play the game that he wants, which is just clean League of Legends, which is why FlyQuest is picking up so many wins, I think the MVP has to go to Bwipo for FlyQuest for that regard, and it is therefore higher than JoJo. Now, the thing you have to consider though is where does Quid and River come into this? Um, I think Quid was like acceptable for like the first four games or so, and it wasn't until that Aatrox game versus Shopify where you really start to notice Quid a little bit. River, on the other hand, I think constantly is just looking for creative pathing, especially earlier on in the split. I think he kind of slowed down, like teams started learning and figuring him out a little bit. But early on in the split, he was managing his fog of war pathing and his jungle pathing so well, right? Like like the enemy team was never expecting him to be where he was supposed to be. And so, and even then, he was pretty much always providing value to his team at all times. There The only games where he wasn't really so much was versus FlyQuest and Cloud9. Like even the game that like they won, that crazy one versus Cloud9, Blabber out jungled him pretty hard actually. Yeah, I think my final conclusion on this at all is that all four of these players, if they have a pop off week, like this is the week. I don't think we've ever gone into a final week where it's been this close before. Um, which is absolutely insane, right? Like everyone with far and away, like at least in like kind of the discords that I'm around in, is like it's just river, right? It's just straight river. I think in terms of priority, I think it's river number one, who has the highest priority on getting MVP right now. Although he's kind of been slipping a little bit, and honestly, they play Immortals versus Armeo, Shopify versus Boogie, and then contracts on NRG. I would not be surprised if River continues to slide down a little bit. On the flip side, Quid has been on the upturn. Quid has been looking really, really good, and I currently have him number three as my prospect. And the only reason I only have him at number three is because the first like 4 to 5 games or so of Quid were just quiet. He really wasn't doing all that much. Um, Having said that, though, getting to play against Mask, Insanity, and Palafox, I mean, that's not an easy lineup either, to be fair. But I think it would prove a point, though, in terms of strength of schedule in the last week, if he can dominate his mid lane and he can provide a lot of benefits to his team in these 3 matches, I could easily see him taking MVP. He needs to have like that Talia game he was having. If he has another Talia game like he was versus, I want to say, oh shoot, what was it? Hold on. 100 Thieves. I want to say it was Dignitas. Was it Dignitas? No. Maybe it was TL. It was Dignitas with TL. Either way, the Talia game that he played in one of those 2 games, like he was just pumping damage, right? And he was just constantly getting W shifts. If he has like 3 of those games, I think he's set, right? Um, what is so okay? So that's what Quid needs to do. I think if I think River's probably honestly going to lose his MVP bid going into this week 6, just because of the way like he's just teams have been taking more precautions to check him earlier on and make sure he's not pulling silly stuff. Like I know he had that insane early game against FlyQuest, and he played really really well there. But I think teams are starting to like prep for him a little better. So I think he's going to start slipping out of it. I think Quid, if he can perform, can take it. Bwipo at second playing against TL with Impact, NRG, Dokla, and then Dignitas Rich. And I can even consider Inspired in this too, but Inspired's like number 5. Inspired actually needs to have games where he like actually forces the things to happen. Because right now he's not forcing things to happen. He's just like, okay, I take my eject now. Okay, I take Drake now. Okay, I take Ed and Eddie now. Okay, I farm over here. And it's like, oh, I'm super strong. And then, oh, hey, my laning has set up a nice dive. I can go take this nice dive. And it's like, he doesn't have to put any work in, like, at all. He's so good. Like, he's so good. Don't get me wrong. He's playing so smartly, but, like, he doesn't have to do anything. Um, so for Bwipo, what I would like to see is my critiques of him still stand. Uh, I need to see him push his lane opponent around a little more. I need to see him maybe be a little more proactive in the early game, go for more roams. I need him to put pressure on the jungler. I don't want to see Umti or Contracts or XU having an easy time in the early game at all. I want to see him being able to like shove lane out versus whoever he's playing against, go in a jungle, wreak a little bit of havoc, come back, right? Or maybe roam down mid, help Jensen out, whatever it may be. Uh, because that's kind of how he's been providing value to the team. He's got that G2-esque feel to him where it's just frustrating to play against him. He will just push you anywhere and everywhere at all once and then still kind of get away most of the time. He still has a lot of dumb deaths. He also should not be having any dumb deaths this weekend. That's my other thing I'll add to it is if he has any dumb deaths this weekend, that's going to really, really hurt his bid. And then JoJo playing Dove Dig, APATL, and then Insanity Shopify Rebellion. I think he has the second hardest chance of getting this bid, just barely in front of Inspired. And the reason I say that is because I think he's just had a couple too few deaths and just not quite enough agency in the game. If he comes out and he blows up Dove and he blows up APA and then he blows up Insanity, maybe, absolutely 100% maybe. But yeah, so that'll be it. Priority for this weekend, I think number one coming into this week 6 is, oh my god, my brain. Number one is River. Number 2 is Whippo. Number 3 is Quid. Quid is on the fastest upsurge though, and so I would not be surprised to see him have great games this weekend and just completely steal it at the last second. Number 4 is JoJo, and number 5 is Inspired. Those are the top 5 MVP prospects that I have currently right now. Those are my expectations. Those are what I'm wanting to see if they want to take number 1. Inspired would have to do a whole lot, is what I'm going to leave it at. So, anyway, thanks to everyone who tuned in for the night. I'm very tired. I'm very hungry. I'm going to call it. And thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you in Discord or Twitter or whatever.